Hello, YouTube users. I'm back. It's been a couple weeks. I have not made any videos. So, I want to do this. I'm going to make a video that's a little unconventional. I want to talk about MIDI. I just don't think there's enough people who talk about MIDI. And it's a technology that has existed since 1981. It stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. And a lot of people don't grasp what exactly it is. It's actually not sound. It's not sound from a vibrating body that is communicated via electrical signal, like audio. So MIDI is a totally different animal than audio, and what we have in this window here is a Reaper project that I did for that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out drum vlog, and this up here, these two right here, are the MIDI, and it's really a children's choir and a men's choir. And the disadvantages are pretty non-existent with MIDI, but the advantages are huge. And there's a lot of advantages to audio, but you can actually use MIDI and audio together in a project with Reaper. And I don't know about other DAWs. I don't ever remember MIDI capability in Cubase when I was messing with that. Anyway, so what I want to do is play this, and there's a couple advantages to MIDI that are very interesting. One is you can change the instrument after it's been recorded to a different instrument. This is not something you can do with audio. So there are other advantages to MIDI. You can change the velocity after it's been recorded. You can change when a note begins and when a note ends after it's been recorded. And so yeah, musical instrument digital interface. For being 45 years old, I mean, it's practically almost as old as I am. It's like 42 or something, MIDI. So it's still very relevant, and everybody's still using it. And it's so these are the piano rolls right here for tracks 2 and 3, which are MIDI tracks. The rest of these are audio tracks. Like right over here, we've got 2 guitars. They're pretty much just rhythm guitars that I layered. And then the Tyson Punch-Out music, and there's 2 of them. There's the training sequence where he's on the bicycle running with his trainer. And then there's the fight theme, like what plays when he starts at the beginning fighting Glass Joe. And then this is all drums down here. This is all audio. There's 8 microphones. So this was a little bit of a project that I started doing just by chopping up the video games music and then adding guitars and drums and then eventually these choirs. But my little experiment with this video is that we're going to change these choirs into strings so we can just have an example. But let's listen to this, and then I just actually drag this over. Let's drag the cursor over. Like, probably over here. And we'll hit play. right, so you get the idea. And, you know, you got to note that you got to say it over and over to yourself when you're first coming to an understanding of it. It's only information, it's only digital information. It's not audio, it's not streaming audio. So for MIDI devices, like this CAT device that I have, it's a drum pad, it's a drum module, and it has four drum pads on it. Any one of those drum pads can have 128 possible MIDI notes triggered. And you know the largest range of an instrument, I'm pretty sure, is a piano. So that's 88 notes. There's 40 MIDI notes that aren't being affected, that aren't being potentially played on a piano. But you know, like a drum module, you assign one of those 128 to the pad, and so it's digital information. So what I'm going to try to do now is we're going to switch these choirs. We're going to make them strings, and we're going to listen to it again, and we'll listen to it with the music, and then we'll also listen to it soloed without the rest of the accompanying instruments. So let's see here. Let's go to effects here. We're going to bring up. Okay, so right now, Sonatina Orchestra is on here. Let's bring up the other one. That's track 2. So this will be track 3. Both of these are using Sonatina Orchestra right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove it. And then we're going to add, I've got dual monitor going on here, so I've got multiple. So all instruments here, BBC Symphony Orchestra, we're going to add, this is the upper register because it's the children's choir. It says it's a women's choir, but it sounds like children. Okay, so let's say that this upper register will be violins 2. And we'll see if it actually, you know what? Let's make it cellos. Cellos, and then this lower register, let's make double bass or upright bass. That's the choir. Okay, so that's number 2. And then the men's choir effects. Here we are. Remove Sonatina Orchestra. Add BBC. And, you know, not even sure. We're going to say upright basses for that. Hopefully the range of those instruments picks up every note for what I programmed for these 2 parts. We'll see. Okay, so we're just going to play it and see what it sounds like. These are now strings. They are not voices of men and children. So let's check it out. Okay, so it did not pick up the pitch from those MIDI tracks. Some of these MIDI tracks, some of the pitch. Oh man. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make. I think that it was picking up the lower registers. So we need to make them. Let's make the basses cellos now. So we'll make the basses cellos, and then we'll make the cellos violins. So here's the cellos. Let's make them violin 2. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now we're going to play it again. Let's see if it works. Okay, so let's go back just a little bit. I'm going to bring this back here. Sorry, sometimes the shuttle wheel does not cooperate, and I end up doing that. Okay, so let's mute or the rest of these, or let's just solo these. Solo, solo, just the MIDI, and let's listen to it soloed and see if we can hear all these notes. Um, you can't really hear that too well in the mix as near as well as the choir voices at the same levels on the mixer over here. But I guess we could bring down the levels of everything else and see what it sounds like. But essentially, you know, I'm just giving you an example here of how you can use MIDI to your advantage when mixing something. So I guess I've gotten my whole purpose of this video across here, and I hope that somebody out there is able to get something out of this. So everybody, have a good day. I appreciate the time, and Snarf 23 signing out. Thank you. Bye.